Hey everyone, it's your favorite host, Marcus Norman of Gentleman Style Podcast Show. And today, I am so excited. I have a powerhouse lady on the show today, Miss Wendy Davis. This woman is an innovator and savvy entrepreneur, a mover and shaker, and taking the world by storm. Her wide range of talents and skills set her apart from the rest. And she is a Jane of all trades. And I have the honor, the pleasure, the heart of this woman. You all are gonna fall in love with her. She's amazing and a true heart of gold, just like you, just like I pictured her. This woman is coming to the Gentleman Style Podcast Show today, and she's blessing us to share her story, her background, and where she's heading to the foreseeable future. You guys, this lady is impactful. Wendy Davis is a powerhouse. So you all won't want to miss 1 second of this show. Here we go. Hey everyone, it's your host Marcus Norman of the Gentleman Style Podcast Show. And for those of you tuning into the Gentleman Style Podcast Show today for the very first time, we are on all social media platforms: iHeartRadio, Spotify, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Facebook business page, Spotify, Ghana, Audible, wherever you get your podcasts, we are there for you. And if you all don't know who we're talking about, let me give you a short clip of who we talking about. Miss Wendy Davis had the honor and the pleasure, and I need some tea on how she did this. She got on the Steve Harvey show, y'all, and so we have a short clip to share with you to see what this dynamic speaker, this woman, is about and where she's going for the future. So check this out.
So we all know that twerking is a new dance craze. So I saw a story about a girl the other day, 22 years old, kindergarten teacher, quit her job to record twerking videos full time. So I'm thinking about quitting my job, shutting down my business to pursue twerking full time. How do you think I should market my business?
Are you crazy? What's happening today? The 22-year-old that was a kindergarten teacher that does these videos full-time, is profitable?
Profitable, making over 6 figures.
She's making over 6 figures?
Yes.
She's 22. Can I ask you how old you are?
33.
You told this to your mama yet? Have you told this to anybody you're related to? Can you twerk?
Yes. Yes.
Without further ado, this young lady, help me welcome her to the Gentleman Style Podcast stage. We have the honor, the pleasure, the incredible Miss Wendy Davis. Miss Wendy, thank you for joining us on the Gentleman Style Podcast Show. Ma'am, you love it. Love your energy, your vibe. Since I've met you and followed you, you guys got to check her out. Follow her, right? Not crazy follow her. Don't stalk her. None of that crazy stuff. But check her out. She's incredible and a powerful woman. Amazing. Miss Wendy, we had the pleasure of playing your clip. Tell us, how did that feel? I want to get to the sauce. I would feel nervous. How did you feel in that moment? What was going through your head dancing and showing your talent?
First of all, thank you, Marcus, for having me. It's an honor. So in that moment, I don't know, it was just, I knew there was by me asking that question, I knew there was a 50-50 chance that he would have me come up to the stage and actually do it. It was completely impromptu. I was there. I asked the question. It was like, you put yourself in this situation. So
You have to suffer the consequences if it happens. I was nervous, but it was just like, you know what? I'm living my life. I'm happy. I'm enjoying myself. Let's do it. So that's, I was nervous, but it didn't matter.
It didn't matter. I love it. I see that. See that. Brave, y'all. I told y'all, brave. I would have been nervous as all get out. I wouldn't have had the heart to do it. And so that moment you were dancing for Steve, incredible, huge. How did you get on the Steve Harvey show? Because that's a secret I feel like that is well kept. So how did you get on the Steve Harvey show in the first place? Did they call you? Did they find you?
Okay, so what happened? So in modeling and acting, sometimes your agents will get you work, and sometimes you'll find your work on your own. So at that time, I was finding different opportunities on my own. And one place that I looked was on Craigslist, and I just found something that said, "Hey, we're looking for guests to be on a dating show." So I had no idea this was for the Steve Harvey show. So I responded, I sent my pictures in, a little bit of backstory and things like that. So when the producers called, they were like, "Oh, hey, this is for an Ask Steve segment for the Steve Harvey show." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. It's not about dating." So it's like, so I had a conversation about an hour and a half with the producers. We went over several potential questions that I had in mind to ask. And they were like, "Okay, so we've got a list of the questions and everything. So when you get here, we'll decide which questions that we're actually going to have you ask. We'll run it by, we'll get it approved and things like that." So that's how that happened. And like literally it happened within a matter of, I think I responded to the posting. I talked with a producer probably that afternoon, and then the show happened the next day.
That quick. That's a quick turnaround. Well,
Yeah.
so it sounds like you weren't expecting a reply, or were you?
I'm very, very persistent. And modeling and acting has been my passion since before 10 years old. Forever, right? So when I find opportunities, I apply. And it's like, worst they can do is tell me no, right? So you apply and I move on to the next. And it was just like, oh, they got back to me really, really quickly.
That makes sense. Makes sense. And a model, you look incredible. In that clip, you were 33.
Yes.
That was 10 years ago. So you're now 42, 43?
I'm 43. I just turned 43 in February.
Black don't crack, y'all. I'm telling y'all. You look incredible. Eyebrows on fleek.
Thank you.
I've been saying it all over her TikTok. I've been saying it all over. Eyebrows on fleek. Hair is on fleek. Skin's on fleek. I love it. Love it. Love it. Incredible.
Thank
and
you.
So this clip, and again, you did that 10 years ago, but you have taken the world by storm, and people can't get enough of the twerk dance. People are lighting up and love. How does that make you feel that people are taking off by thousands? I'm talking thousands, y'all.
Yeah.
People are loving and eating this viral sensation. Did you mean for that to happen? Did you mean for it to go viral and people to now be it a challenge, a dance twerk challenge now?
Okay, so first of all, let me say this. I had no idea. Okay. So every couple of years it surfaces. Okay. And I'm expecting that, okay, fine. I get more friend requests. People say, "Oh, yeah, no. Okay, fine." So this was no different, right? So my friend on Facebook, she's like, "Yeah, you're viral on TikTok." And I'm like, okay, didn't think anything of it. Another person, they were like, "You're viral on TikTok." And I'm like, okay, post a video in a comment. Let me just see what you're talking about. So she posted it. And I'm like, okay. So then I actually went to TikTok and put in the search of who posted the video. And I was like, oh, so I was swiping up and I'm like, wait a minute, that's me. Those are other people. What's happening? What's going on? So I started looking at the dates, and apparently they've been looking for me for a long time. They've been looking for me since I saw some January 2023.
Jeez.
And I'm just like, okay. And then it's like, well, why nobody didn't tell me? You know, why I'm in the blue. And so it's like, okay. And then I started looking at the different videos, and it's like, these people got 1 million. What in the world? I said, when it came out the first time, it was just like it just came out. You know, it went viral. I couldn't. So I said, not this time. This time is my time. No, because yeah. So my Facebook page, I mean, not my Facebook page, TikTok. My TikTok page literally went from having 2,000 something followers to within a matter of 6 hours
Goodness.
to about 15,000. And then that video that I said, hey, I'm here, 1 million.
Whew.
And then, so I'm like, I'm finna post, you know, where is she at? I'm here. And then I'm finna post this one and do all the hashtags and whatever I needed to do. Y'all gonna see me. Y'all not getting away with this time. I'm here. So it was just, and I'm still absorbing everything because literally it's growing day by day, and it's consistently growing day by day and consistently growing day by day. And it's so much love.
People love you. People love you. We love you. All of the people love you. It's incredible that you finally came out. And you know, I watch you I watch a lot of Love is Blind and dating TV shows. And sometimes I feel like when stuff like that goes viral and it comes out, you almost don't want to come out, right? You almost don't want to come out because maybe potential backlash, you know, because Steve Harvey joked and he's like, did you tell your mama? Did you tell this person? And so I think it can really get to you, but you have taken stardom with grace and honor and love, and I am here for it, and I'm rooting for you. And every time I get the notification for your lives, I'm with you, girl. I'm rocking.
Yeah. Look, let me say something. So
absolutely,
when you just mentioned my mom, so I tell her, I said, Mom, I'm viral on TikTok, and she's like, okay. I'm like, no, you don't understand. So they don't understand right at this point. And she's like, well, I had it on my phone and I used to get notifications and I just don't have it. And I said, okay. So I'm supposed to be going out of town with my parents coming week. And it's like, I'm going to sit them down and really explain this to them, what's happening here.
Yeah. It's important. It's important to tell them and to educate them on what's happening, because has that happened yet? Have you been approached on the streets, out in town, out grocery shopping? Has that happened?
Okay, so so one lady, I was getting off of my trip. I'm a flight attendant, so I was getting off my trip, going to the train. She was like, "Aren't you?" And I just was like, yeah. She was like, oh my God, I was just looking at your video. Let me take a picture with you. So we took a picture and everything. And I'm like, okay, here we go. And but before that, though, people would recognize me and they would come up to me and say, weren't you on the Steve Harvey show and this, and it, you know, because it keeps resurfacing. And they're like, oh, it's nice to meet you. And that be it. But this is kind of different. This is a different monster here.
For sure. For sure. When you talk to your family, were you like warning them like, Mom, I am viral. This is for other young ladies, right, who are going viral as well. What kind of words of wisdom you want to convey to the young girl out there that is right behind you, right? She wants to be you, she sees you, she wants to emulate you. What advice would you give to that young girl coming up?
I would say just take it in. Be around people that you trust. There's going to be a lot of negativity. You have to just know who you are and just take it in. I'm still taking it in. Fortunately, I'm content, and the negative comments, they don't really bother me, but you just have to kind of brush it off because it's not you, it's them. They're miserable. People are miserable. They have nothing else better to do. Just know that you're in the right place at the right time, right where you're supposed to be. You know, that's all I can say.
I love that. A heart of gold. I told y'all, a real heart of gold. The passion, the heart behind you is incredible, and I love that you're taking it in stride, taking it with grace, and taking it as an honor, because it is an honor to serve
Mhm.
people and have people connect with you in so many different ways. And
Yeah.
so, how, you still do you said you model, you had the notary business. Do you still do those things? Do you still model? Do you still do the mobile notary? How are things going there?
Okay. So the modeling and acting is going really good. I recently relocated to Denver for my flight attendant job. So when I got here, I automatically set up with agents and got everything situated. And I have started booking work here in Denver. I still have my agent in Chicago and still actively with them. Um, the notary business, I'm here. I'm actually leaning toward the coaching space in the business, coaching notaries how to set up their business, establish their businesses, and just make that money. You know, it's there's a lot of um, business out here. Notaries are not going anywhere. So it's out there. And I just want to show people how to do it. That business has been a blessing to me for over 20 years. And I just want to share that opportunity with others.
So help me out here. Help the audience out that's watching this. Again, I love giving back, and I see that you love to give back. Explain to what is a notary. I think we have a baseline idea of what
Mhm.
a notary is, but nowhere in the history of history, I think everybody, because you're a mobile notary,
Yes.
is. So can you explain what that finesse is and how that works, or is are
Yes.
you really going to people and getting notarized documents signed? What types of documents need to be notarized? Any
Exactly.
of this virtual? Can you explain some of that, please?
I can. Okay. So simply put, a notary is somebody that, or a government official that is verifying someone's identity, that they are the person that they say they are. We're looking at their ID, we're looking at their signatures, things like that. Now, as a notary, you're notarizing and making your documents official, let's say.
Absolutely.
So we're notarizing wills, power of attorneys, court documents, car titles, things of that nature. I've notarized some interesting things. So at a certain age, I want to say like 95-ish, they have to fill out proof of life forms.
Mm.
So I have to meet with them and make sure they're still living, you know, if they're getting like pensions and social security and things like that. When children are traveling with one parent out the country, both parents have to consent. So you can't just run and take the kid away. You have to say that the one parent has to say, okay, I'm aware that they're going out of town with the other parent. I've had people call me 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because they didn't know that they needed this form. And it's like, oh, you're calling me at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, yep, I can be there.
Ah,
I've met people at the airports. I've done signings and notarizations like in my car, literally. So what I do is there's different sites that you solicit your business on, and then you can directly contact companies, title companies, nursing homes, hospitals, things like that, and offer your services. So they'll call and we'll schedule the appointment. I get the location, the time, and the date, and we negotiate the fee. And I go to them, or we'll meet at a location. A lot of people, you know, older or just sick are homebound and they can't get out. So they love that service of convenience. I've had people contact me that I've done services for 5 and 6 years prior. And it's like, oh, I just remember you. Can you come by and do XYZ? Then they'll refer me to other people and things like that. I mean, it's a very, very lucrative business if you find your niche.
that's powerful. And the beauty of this show, right? The beauty why I love doing this is I'm taking notes. I'm learning. I'm getting educated. I'm learning, and that's huge. You've been doing this for some time, and you said you're able to make a living doing this.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible. Incredible. So recommend 10 out of 10 if you did. How about the freedom? You know, we live in an age where people like that ability to be flexible
Mhm.
and take care of, family,
Yeah.
kids, single moms, having to be at PTA meetings. How flexible is your schedule?
The schedule is flexible. You set your own hours. So let's say you want to do closings or do general notary work through the hours of 3 and 7. Okay. If someone calls and say, hey, are you available at 2:00? I'm sorry, I'm not available to take that appointment, but keep me in mind for the next assignment.
That's
And,
honest.
and that's how that works. And it's like, they'll keep calling because somebody called me today, my commission for work in Chicago, because I'm still commissioned in Chicago. So they called me for work in Denver, and it was just like, oh, I'm not available, because I want to keep that relationship. And it's like, oh, I relocated. Here's my new address and my new credentials and new information. So it's very flexible. You kind of set your own hours, and if you're not available, you're not available. That's
fair.
it.
That's
Yes
fair.
and no.
God, that's real. That's real. And how far are you traveling? Are you being flown out? Is it only within a commuting distance? Can you set how far you want to travel? Like, listen, I only want to go max 2 hours. Like, how does that work?
Yeah. So when you so there's a lot of back end to structuring your business. So you'll say, okay, I don't want to travel more than 15-mile radius from my home. And that's it.
That's real. There you go. There you go. Love it. Love it. Miss Wendy Davis. See, y'all, she's more than just twerking. Incredible mind, beauty, brains, the whole thing. This is powerful and this is incredible. Miss Wendy, you are again taking the world by storm. You have been lighting up the entire social media stream. People, I am working on my routines. I just want to tell you, I've been working on my are saving relationships. That's what I've been looking at. I've been looking at it. So I'm working on my TikTok, my Wendy Davis dance, and I'll come back to you. Huh?
No, I said you call it the Wendy Davis dance, so that's what we're naming it now. That's the name of it.
I don't want to listen. You are a person. You are a Black woman. You're intelligent. You're smart. I don't want to say the lady in the blue dress anymore.
No, I love it because last night I was like, okay, so we have to name this. We have to name this dance. Then it's like Wendy Davis, Auntie dance. I don't know. They call it a little dancey dance. It's like, what are we gonna name this?
Absolutely. When you do, I'm there for it. I'm here for it. I'm with it. You are doing so many different things. You're also have your company, the Sacred Soul Sister, because you said you're speaking. Tell us about that. Tell us about the journey with that and starting that entrepreneurial endeavor.
Okay. So the Sacred Soul Sister, it's a spiritual healing practice. So I do practice Reiki healing, which is energy healing with your hands. I realized that I had spiritual gifts. Well, I've always had spiritual gifts. I'm an empath, and with the clear gifts as well. So I read tarot cards, oracle cards, and help people with healing through trauma. My focus is shadow work, inner child healing, just healing. I just want people to be at peace. People to be at peace, genuinely happy, genuinely healthy. Manifestation. I call myself a master of manifestation. There are so many things, and I have so many testimonies of things that I manifested just because I put it out in the universe, did my part, and let it be. When I tell people you put something in the universe, you don't get to choose how it happens. It happens. This Steve Harvey, I didn't get to choose how it circled back around, but it circled back around better than I could ever have imagined. Each morning I have my own ritual that I do. And before this viral stuff happened, I was getting messages, and it was just saying, just do it. Get your voice out there. It's time. Just do it. You don't miss out on this opportunity. This is the opportunity that you've been wanting, blah, blah, blah. And literally today, the messages were, everything that you've been manifesting is coming full circle. Abundance. Everything that you've been praying for and wishing for. This is the time. It's happening. And that message couldn't have came at a better time. And it's like, you just have to trust the universe and trust that If it is for your higher good, the universe will guide you through it. And that's it.
I want to stay right here on this topic because I feel this is important. We're dealing with a crisis in the world. People are not doing well. We are not doing well mentally, physically,
Mhm.
emotionally, spiritually. We are not doing well, and so I want to stay right here for a minute. And I want to talk on because you teach to this
Yeah.
on your website and you mentioned this. So I want to ask you while I have you here,
Okay.
what is our shadow selves? What is that, and what is it that you're commonly coming face to face when you help people find and discover themselves and do that inner work?
Yeah. So your shadow self. So when we think about shadow, just off the top of our head, we think about something negative. So your shadow self is not only the negative things. I don't even want to call them negative, just like the things that you have challenges with. They're also positives. Like, let's say, for example, you can sing, but you're shy. So you're hiding that. The shadow are things that you're hiding. The things that you are not taking accountability for, the things that you are not being honest with yourself about, it's that. So you can blame everybody in the world, but look at yourself. Like, what is it? I'm trying to think of an example. So let's just say that you keep going through these cycles of bad relationships, right? Bad relationships. Okay, so now you need to think about, what example have I had on relationships? What example have I had of a man's role and a woman's role? Okay, so you're going to see that, and that's all you know. So you're just going to keep repeating the cycle. Okay, well, if it's a cycle of destruction, well, now what can I do to shift that, break the curse? What can I do? So now I need to look within myself and be honest. Don't lie to yourself. It's brutal, but you have to be brutally honest. Okay, is it my relationship with women or my mother? Let's look at that relationship. How is it dysfunctional? You know, what do I really want for myself? How do I see myself? You have to ask yourself those hard questions. Journaling. I have thousands of journaling prompts that will spark those thoughts. Um, like I say, in my rituals, I have cards and questions that ask the tough questions, like what's really in your soul. They make you self-aware. They make you hold yourself accountable, and they make you have those moments.
That's
Yeah.
huge. I need that, and I want to touch on another thing,
Mhm.
right? Because what you just described is, addressing those inner selves, those you said, not necessarily. I don't want to repeat the word because you don't want to use it anymore, but like addressing those things.
Mhm.
Is there ever an instance where we shouldn't address them? We should leave them alone. Is there anything like that? I always ask. I was always curious about that. Like,
Yeah.
everybody's like, face your demons, go head on, attack everything. But I have a family member
Yeah.
who we have a really bad relationship with our
Mhm.
mother. And
Yeah.
so he's been pushing back because everyone's telling him, you need to address the issue with our mom. You need to address the issue with your mother. You need to address it. But he's like, no, not everything needs to be addressed. Any advice on that? Are there instances where I shouldn't address a trauma or a hurt or a negative thing?
It depends. So we have triggers, right? So if it's something that keeps triggering him, then it is something that needs to be addressed. But there's a way to do it. You don't have to be brutal about it. It can be. You have to give yourself grace and the other person's grace as well. You don't know the why of the other person. You don't know what their mindset was, what they were going through. You just don't know. So give yourself grace because you're being triggered, and obviously there's something that's triggering, that's straining the relationship. And there's something that's triggering on this side that's straining the relationship. So if you all can sit down coming from a space of compassion and understanding, actually listening, to one another. Not just, okay, yeah, but no, really listening and trying to understand. But I just, if you want healing and want to be whole and at peace, and that may be something that keeps triggering you, it's going to keep triggering you. And it'll show up in other places that you won't expect.
Facts.
So I just
Big
feel like
facts.
healing, healing
Yeah.
is imperative.
Huge, huge. Wendy, y'all. Wendy Davis. I love this. I love this. This is necessary. Sister, you are necessary. This is big. And
Thank you.
again, it is, I can't say it enough. Thank you for being here and giving us this sauce. For those of you tuning in, we are on this Gentleman Style podcast show. We have the incredible, the amazing Wendy Davis on the Gentleman Style podcast show, the blue dress TikTok dancer, twerk dancer from Steve Harvey show. We haven't got an official name yet. She will release that official name. Y'all guys stay connected. The official name of this dance. You gotta check her out. She's on TikTok. Check out her TikTok. She's incredible, amazing, and absolutely phenomenal. Miss Davis, what's next? Because you're an entrepreneur, a jade of all trades. What do you have in store? Can you spill any tea for us? Any tea coming down the road?
Well, I'm still taking everything in. I'm working on a couple of different projects as far as getting content out, educating people. I say that I just needed the platform. That's what I needed. I needed the platform, and I needed the people that I was meant to serve to gravitate toward me. I have the platform. So it wasn't about going viral, because I had no idea. It was about me praying and manifesting the platform and the people. So I want to educate, I want to uplift, I want to encourage. Like, I have a wealth of knowledge that I just want to pour out. Like, that's just who I am. So I'm working on some projects, but I also, with the modeling and acting, it's like I've been very successful with it, and I want to just take it to the next level. So get the brand deals with the skincare lines and the makeup lines, become spokesmodel and things like that. Sign with international and national agencies, because I've been usually doing the regional work. So now I am ready to take it to the next level. And that's where I'm at right now.
I love that. I want to stay on this as you continue to grow, as you will, as everything that you've spoken into existence continues to flourish and continue to grow and build, and people to continue to love on you. I pray that your heart never changes. We need you. We need what you're doing. We need what you're doing. But the industry is a really powerful place, right? Don't go to no P. Diddy party. Don't go to no TJ's party, right? I really love to see you continue to grow, and we're here for it.
Thank
I'm
you.
rooting for you every single day. I'm rooting for you, sister,
Thank you.
because what you're doing is necessary. That is huge. That is huge. Miss Wendy Davis. So Steve had some things to say for the rest of that clip on the Steve Harvey Ask Steve Harvey show. And so I wanted to share his thoughts to Wendy and what he said on the show.
Well, what do you currently do for a living?
I have a mobile notary business.
Don't quit your job. Think you finna make 6 figures doing this. You hear me?
Okay.
Now, you seem like a really bright young lady. You just had a moment. That's all. Just a moment. That's all it was. I was just a little. Baby, you can actually twerk. You was twerking. I ain't see 100,000 though. See that?
Miss Wendy, an incredible heart of gold. We love it. We love you. We here for it. I'm excited to have you again on the show. Miss Wendy, you've dropped so many nuggets this episode, and I wanna really stick it here. Again, our young women are going through a crisis, especially in dating, right? Because initially when you went on the Steve Harvey show, you were bamboozled. No, I'm just kidding. You were going for dating. And there's a huge movement of single women not being able to connect. Any advice in that same breath? Any advice to the young girl out there trying to find her mate, trying to find her partner?
Well, I will say, know your worth.
Mm.
You know, know your worth, know what you want, and stick to it. When you feel in your gut something's not right, follow your intuition, trust yourself. Because and don't go off of someone's potential. Be in the moment. What is it now? What is it now? When they show you who they are, believe it. Person's mask can fall, is gonna fall off. You just would rather you recognize it early than be caught up, be in a trauma bond where you feel like you have no other option but to stay. And they tore you down to where your confidence and everything is shot. So in the beginning, have your boundaries. And if they can't abide by those boundaries, then rethink it. I mean, boundaries are for you. And what they do with it, that's on them. So.
Love it. Love it. I told y'all, a heart of pure gold. She's incredible, phenomenal, amazing. That's huge, ladies. Know your worth. Stand by it. Be about it. What's the new thing? Stand on business. Stand on business. 10 toes down. Miss Wendy Davis, y'all. Thank you again, Miss Wendy. Again, I always want to end the show with some encouraging words. I can't come behind that. That was huge. Ladies, stay in your words. But I always say this: keep going. Keep going. We need what you're doing. We need you to continue to grow and flourish and help us get to a better place.
I got you. I got y'all.
Love it. Love it. And for those of you tuning in on Gentleman Style Podcast Show, we want to leave some encouraging words for you as well. Stay encouraged, stay blessed, stay motivated, keep going. You are necessary. So like I end, we gotta let Miss Wendy go. Miss Wendy, how can we connect with you and find you and love on you some more?
On TikTok, I am Wendy ND. Same as on Instagram at I am Wendy ND. And Facebook, you can find me as Wendy Nicole. And that's how you can find me.
Miss Wendy, I gotta plug because this is Gentleman Style. Are you single and are you dating?
I am single, and I am not, I'm not dating. I'm open. So
there you have it, fellas. The wink. I hope y'all caught it. I caught that for you. So, fellas, there you go. She's single. You gotta always emphasize the second single. So check her out everywhere on social media. There's her socials. Like I end every show, take care of your friends, take care of your family, and always take care of business. This is Marcus, your favorite gentleman, and the incredible, the phenomenal, the amazing, super fragilistic, expialidocious Wendy Davis signing off. Love you guys.